I don't want people to see me as the Tiny Temper. I want people to see me as KSI. That's it. I don't want to be seen as the next this or the next that.
I don't think you can be. I don't think it's possible for people to view you in the pigeonholed elements of other people's footsteps, because you are such an anomaly in terms of how you've come about your career and how you've made it. Because like, I mean, it seems on the surface of things, I mean, when they talk about businesses, normally your first two businesses will fail and your third one will win. I mean, you seem to have come in and won at your first, your second, your third, and your fourth business. You know, so like, I don't think anybody can sort of aim that he's just being like that, or he's just being like that. I think you already are, most definitely in your own lane. And one of the things I was thinking about is like, it must have been challenging coming in as from your platform, from where you gain your notoriety of YouTube, into the music industry and into the traditional model of the music industry with record labels and A&R and bosses. Because when you're used to like thinking of something, creating it and sticking it up, bringing more people into the fold and bringing more rules into it must have been a difficult thing for you.
I'd say definitely at the beginning of my career when I joined Ireland, I was just used to just putting up a song and just, recording a music video, and just that would be it. Like, it'd just be nice and easy. And if we chart, cool. If we don't, I wasn't bothered. And then obviously with labels and all of this and that, it kind of made me focus, go, oh wait, the charts, and think about that a lot more. And Ireland were definitely a label that were trying to make me put out certain type of songs, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And they were like, no, we need to make songs that will chart, songs that will be seen as a hit, songs that will do well, so we have higher chart numbers, blah blah blah, all of this and that. And I kind of just lost the love of music, if that made sense.
Yeah, I mean,
that whole period.
Yeah, if you're not making what you want to make, then what's the point, really?
Well, music for me is always a hobby, and it's always something that I just enjoy doing. So, back then it got to a point where I wasn't enjoying it anymore. I was kind of sick and tired of it. So, I kind of stopped, and that's another one of the reasons why I left in 2017. I just separated from social media, YouTube. I deleted a load of videos. I just wasn't happy with myself, and I just needed some space to try and figure myself out. And then I came back, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to literally just put out whatever I want to put out. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone wants me to do. I'm going to do what I want, and that's all that matters. And luckily, with the whole diss tracks and all of that, Ireland saw the hype over it, and they were like, yeah, okay, cool, we'll take that as your final EP, and then we'll split ways. Because I had like a 3 EP deal, so I had released 2 EPs, and I released another one, but Ireland didn't want it. It was called Space. So I was like, whatever, cool. I enjoyed it. It was important to me. And then I did a lot of diss tracks, and they just saw the hype, and they were like, yeah, we'll take that.
I feel like labels are there, and labels have a real important role in a lot of people's career, because they bring them up from the start and help them, like marketing wise and all the rest of it. And I mean, some artists lose focus in the fact that most labels are a business, and like they're a commodity within the business, and as is their music and all the rest. But I've always said this, like, if you have the facilities to do it yourself, if you've got like the online following, if you've got the finances to be able to do it yourself, it's the best way to do it, because you can bring in your project managers and your producers and the whole thing. I mean, like, all you need is somebody to distribute it. Like, you've got a better marketing team than most marketing teams all put together. Do you know what I mean? All you have to do is fire up some socials.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I'm in this space now where I can just post a song on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter, and on YouTube, and it'll do well now. People are there ready to listen.
I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna I'm gonna write like a banjo song. It's like horrible. I'm gonna send it to you and to get you to put it up on Instagram. See if
Oh
you can
my
get it a million
gosh.
views. It'll just be like.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man,
See
I
the
think I get a
system
lot
work.
of hate for
I think so. I think we'll leave that one.
that.
But like, yeah, I mean, it's you don't just get like collabs and cosigns from like Trippie Redd, Rick Ross, Lil Pump, and JME. I mean, like, I'm a huge
Yeah,
JME
yeah,
fan. Like, speaking of people doing it their own way.
yeah.
Was it
Yeah,
like,
I mean, and he's been a huge inspiration to me. Like, just how he is. Like, he doesn't care, man. Like, there's so many people, especially in the urban scene, man, or the grime scene, whatever you want to call it, that scene. They just, especially when Jamie made songs with me, they were just like, "Yo, what's Jamie doing, man? Like, he's brother Skepta. He should be, making songs with this guy and this guy. Why is he making a song with a YouTuber?" And Jamie looked at that and just went, "I don't care. I don't care what these people say. I'm gonna just do what I want to do." And that's who he is, and that's how he is, and that's how he's always been. And I
he,
just respect that. And it's just it's so sick. He's so sick. Yeah.
he is like probably one of the coldest rappers in the
Yeah,
UK, because
yeah. Hands down.
when he goes hard,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
goes
yeah.
fucking hard. When he rapped like, box in the face of my HSBC, I
Yeah.
felt
Mad,
that.
mad. Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt that.
He's
All the way
gold,
over
man.
to Ireland. The Music Week headline I saw was, and this only came out a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? You got front page on Music Week, and Music Week
Yeah.
is kind of like it's the magazine for the industry, really. Like, you don't really see it anywhere other than on the coffee tables of like music magazines and
Yeah.
agencies. Like, it's an industry standard. It's the biggest one, and it said, "Can the YouTube king take down the music business?" I'm not sure what that means. I'm not really. I mean,
I
it's
don't know. I don't know if I want to take down the music business, because then, I mean, that wouldn't be beneficial for me or them. But I think it's kind of like trying to see if a person who is a YouTuber can, and someone who remains as a YouTuber, because there's lots of YouTubers who have just bounced off to music and I'd stopped doing YouTube, whereas I'm still doing YouTube as well as music.
yeah.
And I guess people are trying to see whether it's possible to do that. And I mean, evidently so it is. Like,
I've seen a certain artist, and I'll remain nameless just because it's not fair, but like, they had quite a big presence on YouTube, and they had like a massive fan base, and they go play gigs everywhere, but then stopped making YouTube videos, and then the music career kind of started dwindling away after. You kind of need to, like, if your castle is built on something, you need to make sure the foundations are strong all the time.
Yes, 100%. I couldn't agree with you more, man. That is, for me, is so important. YouTube is my core. It's my heart. It started everything. It's allowed me to bounce off and do everything. So why would I just forget about this, the core of my whole world, and just bounce off to Mars? Because then, I'm just gonna struggle eventually when, if the YouTube dwindles down, I'm in the music, and then let's say the music dwindles down, what am I gonna do? I'm stuck. I'm screwed. So I've always just been a person that I always make sure YouTube, which is my home ground, the hub of everything, is always, intact and is always booming, and then allows me to just do everything else as well. And I've kind of just been in a zone where I'm always just doing a lot now. So